How are we doing, everyone? Hope you're well. Mr. B here, back today to do a type of video I've been meaning to do for quite a long time on the channel, but I haven't got around to it. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you'll know that I've been doing album ranking videos from pretty much day one on the channel, so obviously ranking a band's entire discography. A while back I thought I'd like to start doing some albums, ranking the songs from my least favourite to my favourite. And after the sad passing of Paul Di'Anno a couple of months ago, what better place to start than the two albums that he featured on Iron Maiden's debut from 1980 and the follow-up Killers from 1981. Here's my cassette for the debut that I picked up not too long ago off of eBay. And here is Killers, which I also picked up on eBay from not long ago. Really nice to have these in the collection on cassette. Obviously a pair of classic albums. Up next is my CDs. These are the 1998 remasters. So here is the alternative artwork from the debut, which is okay, but the original artwork is definitely better. This has got Sanctuary in it, which isn't on the original track listing. And for this video, I shall be doing the original track listing, the original UK release for this video. And here's Killers, which also has Twilight Zone on, which isn't on the originals. And I'm about to show the vinyl, of course. So obviously we're going to be getting started with the debut album first. So Paul Di'Anno, Dennis Stratton, Dave Murray, Steve Harrison, Clyde Burr. Here it is, and I'm going to have to keep looking down for my notes here, so I do apologise in advance. But track 8, my least favourite on the debut, is the track Strange World. Before I go any further, there are no bad songs on this album, but Strange World for me is an album that's got a lot of components to it that I like. There's some nice guitar work, some nice bass parts, some nice drumming from Clyde Burr, but the song on the whole just doesn't come together and bring out anything really memorable for me. Like I say, no bad songs on this album. It's not a bad song at all. It just doesn't grab me as much as the others on the album, and that's why Strange World comes in at 8th place. 7th place is one of the biggest songs from this album, the single Running Free. Again, it's a good tune. I don't mind it at all, but it doesn't grab me as much as the other tracks on the album. Clive Burr was an absolutely fantastic drummer, but for me, the intro for Running Free sounds like the very first idea they came up with, and they decided to go with it, press record, and that's what they kept. A very simplistic drum intro. Clive was capable of far better. A decent song. I like the verses. Not too keen on lyrics in the song, but as far as lyrics go, that's sort of one of the things that bother me the least in music. But yeah, the lyrics are not the best, but the verses are still good. It's got a good catchy chorus. Some nice guitar solos. But for me, there's better stuff on this album, definitely. I think part of the other reason why I struggle with this version on the debut of so much is I was introduced to this song via the live version on Live After Death, which is absolutely superb. And for me, the original recorded version on the debut just doesn't live up to anywhere near as good as that live version is on Live After Death. But still a good tune. But Running Free comes in at number 7. Number 6 is the instrumental Transylvania. Good tune. I like this one. Some very interesting things going on with the guitars and the bass work. Some nice drums from Clive as always. Good solos in the tune as well. Transylvania is number 6 on the list. I like that song a lot. The first two were definitely, for me, the weakest. But Strange World is an absolute... Sorry, Transylvania is a great tune. Number 5 then is the opening track, Prowler. I like that intro riff, and then you get that second guitar part coming in, which sounds like it's been played through a wah. Good verses. I really like the vocal patterns from Paul in the verses. Good chorus as well. Great guitar solo, up tempo, high energy, great tune. A great way to kick off this album. It's, like I say, some excellent guitar parts I really enjoy. Prowler comes in at number 5 on this list. Number 4 is the second track, Remember Tomorrow, which I think is an underrated Maiden song that doesn't get talked about too much. I really like the quiet intro with the bass and guitar parts, creates some nice atmosphere. Some really good vocals from Paul in the verses. I like the guitar playing parts that are underneath. The vocals sound really good. And then you get that riff that comes in when they sort of ramp things up and the pace picks up. Some great vocals from Paul again. Great atmosphere throughout the entire song. Creates some nice mood. with the guitar parts. Really good tune. Absolutely love Remember Tomorrow. Yeah, I definitely think it flies under the radar compared to some of the other songs on this album. Track 2, Remember Tomorrow, is my number 4 on the Iron Maiden's debut. Really, really good stuff. Number 3 is the last track and the name of the album, the name of the band, Iron Maiden. I absolutely love that guitar intro riff. Very catchy. Drums and bass come in. It's high energy again. Great vocals from Paul, as always. Really enjoy the vocal patterns again. Chorus is catchy. Really good. Really easy to sing along to. Some great solos and just an excellent way to finish this album. The title track from the band and the album, Iron Maiden, is my number 3 pick on the debut. Excellent stuff. Number 2 is Charlotte the Harlot. Great track. Absolutely love it. I like the lyrics in this one. Nice guitar riff that kicks everything off. Great verses again. Great chorus. I love the way the the vocal lines follow the drums, the snare drum and the guitar parts. Breaks down the middle nicely before it builds up again. Great solos, fantastic chorus, hooky stuff, very catchy stuff. Charlotte the Harlot is my number 2 track on Iron Maiden's debut album, which means my number 1 song on Iron Maiden's debut. It was without doubt track 4, Phantom of the Opera. There's a load of great tunes on this album, but for me, this one leaves the rest of the tracks behind in its rearview mirror by a considerable distance. And that's no disrespect to the rest of the album, but for me, Phantom of the Opera is easily the best. Quite progressive compared to the rest of the album. It definitely sort of shines a light on what Maiden would go on to do as they went on with their career with all like the epic songs, you know. It's a great case of building things up nicely, adding layers to the song as it goes on. That iconic guitar intro, very, very catchy. Drums from Clive Burr are fantastic when they come in. I love the drum beat he's playing. High energy, brilliant, brilliant verses. Just a great tune. Again, it breaks down sort of in the middle. Some nice solos. It picks back up towards the end again before it ends on a high. Massive tune. Phantom of the Opera, my number 1 track from Iron Maiden's debut album from 1980. Absolutely superb stuff. We're going to move on to Killers now after a quick drink as per usual. So 8 songs on Maiden's debut. 10 songs on Killers, and here it is. And the song that comes in at number 10 is the opening song, The Ides of March. Nothing against it, of course, but it is just really an intro to the album. So not too much to say about that one, to be honest. Track 9 is Purgatory, which was the single. As you can see, I've got both the singles ranked quite low on these albums. I find this single choice is quite strange. So these albums have definitely got stronger songs on for me. Early Maiden with Paul often gets talked about as having quite a punk edge to it, and for me Purgatory is the closest sort of punk sort of song Iron Maiden never did. Definitely got that kind of punk attitude and edge. A nice up-tempo tune, some nice riffs. I like the vocals in the verses. Decent tune, doesn't grab me as much as some of the others, but definitely nothing bad about it at all. Purgatory comes in at number 9. Track 8 on my list is Genghis Khan, the instrumental. Again, some more great guitar riffs. Some nice bass work from Steve. Clive Burr's drums, as always, playing some very interesting beats. Keeps things interesting. Not just playing your standard 4/4s at all. Some nice time changes in that song as well. Instrumentals don't often grab me as much as other tunes. Some sort of grab me more than others. This one doesn't grab me too much compared to the rest of the album, of course, because it's in 8th position, but certainly not a bad track. Genghis Khan comes in at number 8. Track 7 is Drifter, the album closer. I really love that guitar intro, and then Steve's bass comes in. Clive Burr's drums come in, and we're all up for a high octane, high energy stuff. Really enjoy Paul's vocals in the verses, they're really good. And when he sings I'm a drifter, drifting on and on towards the end, he really holds that note out. It sounds great. It's a fantastic way to finish this album. It's a good tune, Drifter. I like it a lot. It comes in at number 7 on this list. Number 6 is Innocent Exile. Nice bass intro from Steve. Adrian Smith and Dave Murray's guitars then come in. It's got some great parts to the whole song. Verses again are good. It's great guitar solos. Just an excellent tune. Really enjoy Innocent Exile a lot. That comes in at number 6 on the list. Number 5 is Prodigal Son. The thing I like most about Prodigal Son is the use of the acoustic guitar. It's a nice sort of palate cleanser from the rest of the album. The parts being played on the acoustic sound really good. The acoustic guitar in general sounds good on the recording. Nice vocals from Paul in the verses, and in the chorus as well. He sounds really good. Some great vocals from Paul. It's a great tune. I really love it. Like I say, nice palate cleanser from the rest of it. Excellent tune. That comes in at 5th place on my list. Number 4 is Another Life. Excellent drum intro from Clive Burr. Guitars and bass come in. Great beat from Clive Burr in the verses, actually. Paul's vocals are excellent in the verses. Very high energy, high octane stuff. Great tune, brilliant solos. Excellent tune. Another Life, great stuff. Absolutely love it. Track 3 for me, getting to the top 3 now, is Murders in the Rue Morgue. I love that eerie intro with the guitar part, which sounds really, really good. Drums and bass come in, and we're off again for some more high octane, high energy action in the verses. Great vocals from Paul again. Massive, massive chorus. When Paul's singing Murders in the Rue Morgue and you get a guitar part playing underneath it, it just sounds excellent. Great guitar solos from Dave Murray and Adrian Smith. Just an absolutely brilliant song. Without a doubt, one of the standout tunes on this record for me. Very recognisable. Love it from start to finish. Excellent stuff. My second favourite track on Killers is the first proper track, Rothschild, which of course starts off with that drums and bass intro from Steve and Clive. The guitars come in, some great riffs. Again, great vocals in the verses from Paul. I love the vocal delivery as well. The vocal patterns in the verses are really good. Massive chorus, easy to sing along to. It's just absolutely fantastic stuff. Quite an anthem for Iron Maiden, I think, actually. Brilliant chorus, very, very catchy. Great solos. Tons of energy, great tune. My number 2 song on the album is Rothschild. Absolutely fantastic stuff. But my favourite song on Killers is the title track itself. No doubt about it, my favourite song on the album. Rothschild's close, but I've got to give number 1 spot to Killers. Again, a nice eerie bass intro part from Steve Harris, which sounds great. Guitars come in sort of gradually building up nicely. And then you get those screams from Paul, and then everything really sort of gets going for the verses. Fantastic drum beat from Clive Burr again. I know I've said that a lot in this video, but he really was an amazing drummer, it's got to be said. Great vocals. I love the guitar part that comes in before the choruses. Fantastic stuff. Great solos. Great song. Great structuring. Tons of energy. Brilliant to listen to. My absolute favourite on this album. Killers from Killers is my number 1 album on Killers. I made the second album. Absolutely fantastic stuff. Quickly show you the back of the album. There it is. So there we go. That's my very first video for Songs Ranked, and had to go with the first 2 Iron Maiden albums. Real shame about Paul passing away. If I'm honest, it wasn't a massive surprise because he hadn't been well for quite a while, but still very, very sad that he's no longer with us. So this video, in a way, is a tribute to Paul. Rest in peace, Paul. You're much missed, but you'll never be forgotten, no doubt about it. These 2 albums that you featured on, absolute monsters in the world of heavy metal. Everyone knows them, and rightfully so. Right guys, so that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed that one, and I hope you enjoy this new style of video. Like I say, it's not really different from the album ranking videos, but I thought it might be interesting to do some albums. I'm probably going to go through the whole Maiden sort of discography doing these. If there's any other albums that you would like to see me rank the songs from, feel free to leave them in the comment section. And as always, feel free to leave your ranking for the songs of these first 2 albums in the comment section. Let me know which is your least favourite, which is your favourite and why. I should be back with you next week, probably with a collection update just before Christmas. As per usual, thank you very much for watching. It's very much appreciated. And until next time, as always, cheers, take care, and I'll see you later.